Kia ora and welcome to Craft to Artosaurus. My name's Paula. Today's Saturday and it's paint day. I'm sorry. So the paints I'm using, gosh, I've got out my two very cheap from Temu. No, these are from AliExpress. Granulating paints. Boy, that took a while to remember. I'm getting old. And I've also got my Shire set here in my teardrop dish, which I seem to use for palettes from time to time. I just thought I'm going to do that. I've also kind of pulled out what I use when I go plein air painting. So I just want to see what the colours are like in here. You know, Scooter will be ready soon. I want to go out and I want to do some plein air painting. Yes, I know it's autumn. Yes, I know the weather's terrible, but you never know. I could get some in. The brushes I'm using are actually from the Frugal Crafter, Lindsay Wyrick, released a set of brushes. And so I'm using her 12, I'm using the whole set, to tell you the truth. Her Dagger, Round 8. Now, this is what I would call a rigger. What has she called it? It is a rigger. Woohoo! It's a number 1. That to me is more like a number 3 rigger. So it's not really fine enough for rigging on ships, which is what the riggers were used for when people painted ships. And I'm not telling anyone anything new, am I? You all knew that. And of course my cat's tongue, which is a half. Oh, and I've got out my my very old first set of watercolor brushes. This is from just a J-Sart one, and it's a number 4, but it's got a beautiful gosh, it's hard to explain. It's got a wonderful snap to the end, and it's always had a lovely snap. I clean my brushes, I put them away, and from time to time I wash my ends with soap. So I don't know if that's helped it, but it's just a synthetic brush. It's not a fancy brush. Okay, so I think I've said what paints I'm using. With a little bit of a gap, I got a delivery. I spoke a while. Yeah, shock. The paper I'm using is, it's Legion. It's the blue one. It's slightly rough, but not too rough. Sorry. Yeah, and it's cotton. Really cool little piece. It's A6. It's A6. I've got lots of other paper in front of me, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to relearn because it's been a while how I do trees. I know it's so silly, isn't it? So it's a nice simple quick easy thing. So I'm using my 12 round, and I'm just going to put some water up here. I can't actually, yep, there we go. I can see from the side where the water is, and I'm just kind of painterly doing some trees, and I'm going to leave it there. From there I'm just going to drop in the different colors I have over on the teardrop, and I'm just dropping them in, washing my brush, dropping them in. So what I would like to do by the end of this session, I'm just reteaching myself, so I'm going over things that I already know, and I get that I already know it, but I need to do this from time to time before I do a painting. So I thought, well, you can come along for the journey. Yeah, so this is going to be a group of trees. It doesn't matter what color they are. By the end of it, I really want to be painting some beautiful autumnal trees, because I've seen them in Arthur's Pass the other week when we went to see our daughters, and oh, I would love to paint some autumnal trees. I'm just going to do a little painting. That's the wrong kind of, it's blue. I don't really want blue. That's better. And from there, just down here, yeah, bushes, blah blah blah, whatever I feel like they can be. And I can also drop in some of this. I'm doing it very wet. It's going to be very loose, And tomorrow I figure I can come in and do a bit more. This is the Derwent liquid pencil. So I do like taking this out when I go out, so I figured I'd use it today. It's something I do like taking. I don't have any of this in my plein air painting kit, which is why I really want to test those colours. So yeah, I just want to know what's in there and what colours are what and that sort of thing. I just want a little bit of red down here because in New Zealand we have little bits of red in our bushes. A little bit of purple for shading, and everything's wet on wet. So, well, apart from, of course, I quickly drew a line of ground. So that's all done, easy peasy. Now it doesn't look like trees at the moment. All I'm going to do is take I should be really using the rigger, I reckon, but I'm just going to take this and I'm just dropping, I'm just pulling the paint from one area to the other, and I'm going to add a few little kind of sticky things coming out, so what do you call them, branches here and there. It's nothing exotic, it's actually a really simple way of painting trees, and because it's lighter in parts and you're bringing those two colors together, it's just lots of fun. It's really relaxing. I haven't done it for a while, and I don't know, I guess I should have. So I'm thinking New Zealand bush, and in New Zealand bush we have a lot of kind of things that have been eaten by possums. Yes, those pesky Australian visitors. Oh dear, isn't it shocking of me? So yeah, we end up with all this kind of bit of bush that really isn't anything. That's just sticky and kind of weird and unusual, and from there I'm just flicking up grass kind of things, and I'm just playing. Basically this is me playing, working out what I should and shouldn't be doing, what colors are working and what isn't. I really like the purple, so I'm thinking I do love that. I do love these bits of blue that have come through. Yeah, I'm not so sure whether, yeah, I don't know. I feel like we need something here. So, just a little something, but I feel weird just having these sticks, and I get it, that's part of it. It's part of the New Zealand bush, and I should most probably leave it in there, but I just can't. I'm sorry, folks. It just seems so wrong somehow. Yeah, we do have a few here, like a few possums, and that, well, we have quite a few. We have a possum shop that sells possum skins, and we've got possum slippers, and possum warmers for those little things that poke out on your chest. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that online. Oh dear. So you kind of get where I'm going with it. It's not exactly brain surgery. Anyone can do that. Do this. Get your brush out. Have a go. It's lots and lots of fun. It's really, really simple. And because you're using all of these kind of different, you see how the lightness and the darkness is coming through. So it looks like I've got trees at the distance and trees up close, when in fact, as you just seen, I didn't have any of that. I truly didn't. I'm not fabulous with trees, and I want to do a tree study tomorrow, so I'm really knuckling down today so I can get that going. I'm just going to also pull some little bits and pieces up the top here. So this is, to me, is native New Zealand bush. We always have a few sticky things sticking out the top. I guess I don't have a sun or a sky or anything like that. Shocking of me, I know. But, I've done that one all wrong. So I'll pull that down here. tree. Now, as long as it's wet, you can carry on playing. As you can see, I'm just carrying on playing. I can add things to it. I can take things away. I'm not sure about this. I'm not that happy, but that's okay. That's the pencil one, so I'm just going to put lots and lots of water here. There we go. So now it looks kind of... there needs to be something down here. Here on the coast, a lot of our trees are very close together. You've seen Lord of the Rings, that forest where the wood is speaking to you and it's all kind of bent over. That's the West Coast. Yep, West Coast, there's no two ways about it. They filmed that on the West Coast. So yeah, I'm just getting rid of that definite kind of look there. And I'm slowly adding in a few little things, just for interest for myself, for my eyes. I'm not happy with this area here, but the paper's gone in there, and that's what's going to happen when you're in a book that isn't gummed down or anything like that. But I didn't want to do that. So that's my first picture of the day. It's not too bad. It's not the best, but it's not too bad. I can see possibilities there, and I might just... bringing some of this... Gosh, that... I don't know if that pencil one is the right thing to be using. It just seems to be a little bit too pencil-y. A little darker than everything else, so I don't know. I'm just wondering. So yeah, my tops of my trees, you know, I'm just kind of giving that definition of not a lot, so it's just fading away. I'm going to leave that, let it dry, and we'll see at the end what it's like. So yeah, there's going to be a few, don't worry. The next one I want to use more autumnal colours on, so I'm just going to put this over here to the side where it can dry in the sun, because yet again we have sunny day. Now this one here is another small A6. It's a watercolour postcard. This is not what do you call it, it's not cotton at all, so it's just wood pulp. It is gummed, however, so I might get a better effect with it, which is what I'm hoping. So I'm just going to get my brush all nice and clean, and this time I want to see if I can get those autumnal colours. So yeah, I'm going to do the trees first. I'm just looking to the side so I can see where my water is, and it won't be a lot of tree, kind of... Oh, maybe it will. Look at me, I've gone a bit cray there. There we go. From there, I'm getting my plein air painting kit out. If I place it here and move the paper down a bit, there we go. You'll be able to see me pick out colours. It could be important, I don't know. It might not be important. So I've gone to a smaller brush now, a number 8 round, because these are smaller areas. Nice clean water on the end, and I'm going straight away into that kind of... Let me grab my palette off the lid. Sorry, I'm used to using things like that. So I want this kind of candy tone, this candy... I don't know, it's hard to explain, candy kind of red. And I'm going to drop that in and pick it up and drop it in. And I'm letting it do its own thing. Definitely letting it do its own thing. That was on a lot of the trees in Arthur's Pass. And another thing was this lovely, bright, lovely yellow. So I've gone straight away to my clear yellow. I've most probably got a little bit too much water in this palette, I'm thinking. I don't know. I got a paper out, and you know, I splashed it, and I thought that'll do. But now I'm just wondering. I feel it needs a brighter red. So I'm coming over here to what I call lipstick red. I don't know what these paints are. These have been in here for ages. It's just one of those things. I'm really not sure. I'm fairly certain this one here, the way it's flowing, is a core. That red is a core for sure, because it just, you see how much it bloomed. And I'm going to grab a little bit of the orange and put that in too. This isn't moving as much. I used to use Winsor & Newton. Ugh. I don't use them anymore. Oh my goodness, I'm shockingly bad. Sorry folks, I'm not a Winsor & Newton fan. So yeah, some people are, some people aren't. I'm like, oh, so not. So I'm going with whatever green this in, and I'm looking at it thinking I'm sure it's going to be an awful green. And no, it's not too bad. There we go. There's the ground. Kind of, you know, Arthur's Pass very much so. It also has ochre. It was still, even though we had a lot of autumnal stuff happening, Arthur's Pass was still very, very brown. I was actually quite surprised by how brown it was, more than anything. And of course, good old burnt umber. Oh, I'm hoping it's not Van Dyke Brown, because I used to like Van Dyke Brown more than, it is Van Dyke Brown. Well, it's not burnt umber. That's okay. It's not the end of the world, is it? Oh, come on, Paula, it's not the end of the world. From there, I'm going to get my snappy brush. And this is like the cheapest brush in New Zealand you can get. You can get them all over the place here. I'm just lifting this back up and I'm taking my paints away. I'm looking at what's on my camera, so hopefully this will help you. I'm cleaning the end of my brush off. It's really clean. See how clear? That you can't see anything on my hand. I haven't got a tissue. I'm not that organised. Oh, what? Have a tissue. It's still over in its tissue area. So I'm just slowly dragging that down. And I'm also bringing this up. So I'm doing exactly the same thing I did last time, but I'm not wanting quite as many, how do I put it? It's not going to be as crazy on the tree kind of branchy thing. Oh, it's hard to explain. Yeah, like where they had these autumnal trees in Arthur's Pass, there were just a few, and there was lots of native bush down below, and then there'd just be a few, a cluster of autumnal trees, and it was so pretty. So that's kind of what I'm trying to capture here. Just a few. So I'm fixing up what I think needs fixing up. You know, take this bit here away if I can. The line, I don't want that line. And because of how it looked, I kind of can see it in my mind's eye still. It was so pretty, so very pretty. I was like, oh, this is so pretty. And even my husband, who was driving, said, have you noticed the trees? And I was like, yes, I've noticed the trees. You know, I didn't have anything with me, and I don't know, I feel a bit weird about painting when a car's moving. I guess I'm wondering if I'll get, you know, car sick or something. So I'm actually going to let this dry, and I might just put down here, it doesn't feel quite, what's the word I'm looking for? New Zealandy enough. It still feels kind of, I just need something here. And I think I need more of that kind of, I don't know what colour you call it, but that, I'm calling it candy, because there was this lovely, you just see it in the trees, this candy kind of look to the tree. It was just so amazing. It was so pretty. And because my trees are still wet, I can go in, but as soon as they dry, I can't touch anything. This is like a loose watercolour, if that makes sense. Yeah, I don't quite know how to explain it, because it's so loose. you need it to be wet, and you don't really know what your colours are going to be until the end, until it's sat for a bit. It's just how it is. It really is just how it is. I'm feeling that this here could be another tree, so I might get away with. I don't think I want another trunk though. I might put a little bit of that candiness down below, like something's fallen on the ground. None of the rata or the putakawa was in bloom when we went through, but we do have other trees that have that kind of that red aubergine. Gosh, it's got this real tone to it, the bush here. So I still want to get some of that down. Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. I'm not very good at I can see it in my eye, I just can't think of the colours. So yeah, I just want that lovely loose feeling that I'm getting here, which is all I'm after today, is lovely loose feeling. If I can get the feeling of the trees, and I'm starting to a little bit. I'm really happy with this tree here. That one has a lot of, you know, what I can remember. So yeah, cool. I think I'm going to leave it here again. It was just, this was kind of darker, so I don't know if I can get that. I'm going to my grey pencil tone. It was just the trees were so striking, you know, loads of New Zealand bush, that green colour that we get here. There we go, that's kind of it. Bit more kind of, it's a inky greeny, gosh, yeah, but I do love it. So, you know, it's part of the past, but they did have it there, and there were no, I couldn't really see grass as much, but I'm still going to flick a little bit just to give it just a little bit of motion down below, so you get that feeling that the ground is moving a little bit, but not a lot. And I really am just using the very tip of my brush and just letting it go. Of course, when we got to Castle Hill, oh my goodness, that fire caused so much damage in Castle Hill. It was quite, yeah, you can actually see it now, because even though there's a lot of new life there, you know, bits and pieces here and there, it's still looking quite sad and burnt. So yeah, I don't know how Castle Hill's doing, but yeah, it's fun. This is what I'm doing today. Just stop thinking about the bad things. And how is this other picture doing? I've just gone over to my other picture, and as you can see, it's actually looking rather cool. I'm actually rather impressed with that. Maybe I remember how to paint trees after all. Oh, it could be a fun time tomorrow then. Okay, so I'm going to do one more. And it really is as simple as ground, do the trees, join them together kind of thing. This time I want to focus in on the other bank of the river. There were all these lovely, and I do stress, lovely yellow trees. So I'm just going to start here. And you'll notice that I never really, oh gosh, what's the word I'm looking for? I kind of, I stick to my trees, like I'm trying to do thirds, but it's not really, it's overcompensating, but there's still a third here that there's nothing on. I don't know why, but I've always done that. So yeah, it's just me. So these were kind of lots of different yellows. I'm starting off with, it's my, yep, I'm still on screen. And from there I'll go to my brighter yellow. Yeah, it's definitely not a core paint. I think I might need to pull this paint out that's in here, which will be a bit sad, and put in another paint for when I go plein air painting. It's just my style has changed enough that this is starting to annoy me a little bit, just a little, not a lot, just a little. And I just want this kind of, had a darker look to the bottom of the trees. And right, now this time it was slightly different. Yeah. So we had this in Arthur's Pass, you kind of had this water, yeah, it's part of it. You've got this river that goes through, and this is on the other side of the river, and you've got train tracks going across, or there's a train just behind here. I'm not going to do any of that, you know, but the thoughts there in my head, I need to. So I'm putting water down here because it was a river, and on the other side of the bank, I'm just going to use this greeny blue that didn't work last time. And see, I'm just putting that in here as well, at the front here. And I just want a little bit of this green. This is on our side. And over here, there was this kind of, and underneath was kind of a, gosh, I'm hoping I'm not going to split it too much, like that. But I feel, I'm just getting my snappy brush out. I just feel I need more of this kind of light greeny colour at the top. These are from the Shire set. So yeah, all through Arthur's Pass there. If you took the Shire set with you on holiday to Arthur's Pass, you've got every colour there you need for Arthur's Pass. You really have. It's such a lovely, lovely set. Yeah, Arthur's Pass is amazing. So much happening. Okay, I'm just cleaning off my brush, checking that I'm clean. I am. And I'm going to start flicking down and up. Now this had lots and lots and lots of different branches, all different trees all through on the other side. They were really close together. It's quite freaky. Some of them were on funny odd angles, so I'm also trying to get that in there. Yeah, it was so weird. It was kind of wonderful in its own little way. It just made me smile when I saw it, you know. It was just so sweet. And yeah, it was just lovely. Absolutely. It was such a lovely drive over to see the girls. It was worth it just to go on the drive. And I keep on meaning to say to them, oh, let's meet up at the rocks and we'll have a picnic one day. You know, we won't go all the way through to Arthur's Pass. We'll just go to where the rocks are and have fun together, do the walk as a family. But one of my daughter's partners works on a Saturday, and that would be rather sad to do all of that without him there. So yeah, he's a wonderful chap, wonderful chap. Oh, I'm really liking this. So yeah, I think it's a yellow. I was, you know, I'm a lover of yellow, as some of you will know from me, from what I do with my fabrics, and I did love that yellow kind of flow throughout. I know the trees aren't looking quite right, and I can see that. You know, they were very up and down and kind of very structured almost. It was, I I don't know what sort of tree that. See, I'm not a botanist or anything. I just know what I like to see. You know, I like what I like, and you know, I want to paint it, but I don't have a clue on where it comes from. And I most probably should do a bit more study. But of course, I haven't got around to that, and the possibility of me getting around to that is very, very light. Let's be truthful. I'm just not interested enough. A part of me is. Like, a part of me is fascinated, but another part's like, I can go without. It's not that important. So now I've got that colour on my brush. I'm just slowly bringing it down. So I've got some darker trees. I kind of have an idea in my head, and I'm trying to get it there. I don't want any of that candy pink, but I do love it in the other picture. Don't get me wrong. I really love it. But I kind of really want that. You know, there was a dryness there. It's hard to explain, isn't it? There was a dryness to the landscape. It was like it was desperate for water. Yeah, there was this water flowing there. And the water almost looked like it was desperate for water as well. I don't know. It just, yeah. I guess it was in my head. I'd kind of made a little story up and worked out how things would look, and you know how you go when you see something and you kind of make an idea up in your head. And yeah, and they have scrub, lots and lots of scrub through this this kind of stony river area, and yeah, it was just fascinating. It was so fascinating. It was actually quite yeah, it was just such a lovely moving drive. It was just wonderful. Didn't have any music on. And yeah, I just looked at the scenery and dreamed a dream. I dreamed a dream in time gone by. Yes. Dear, oh dear. But I wasn't thinking, you know, people dying, killing themselves off bits and pieces. Oh dear. Okay, I've kind of got that look. I don't think the water's quite right, but I'm still liking it. So I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to let all of these dry. Okay, everything's dry. So here's the first painting we did, and we used the Shire set, my very cheap AliExpress granulating set, and a little bit of colours from my plein air painting set. And I'm absolutely thrilled with this. Yeah, I'm a bit gobsmacked. I didn't think I liked the blue, but now I see it, and it really looks rather cool. I do like the look on this. There's something here that I'm liking. I'm not quite sure what, but yeah, so I'm really happy that I did this to begin with. And from there, we went straight away to kind of that candy appled one here. I'm not as happy, I've got to say. It still looks, it's all right. It's not the best. It's not the worst. It's getting by. I can tell the trees. This tree here is all wrong. Other than that, it's still okay. I do like the colouring over, oh, it's still wet. I like the colouring over here. So I thought everything was dry. I'd gone and touched it. I was like, oh yeah, everything's dry, but nope. So yep, there's still possibilities here, and it's, as you can see, as it's dried, it's toned down a little bit. Yeah, but still, it's an okay. It's okay. It's not the best. It's okay. And lastly, we finished off with the yellow trees. I really love the ground. I do actually like how the tree formation is. Not that happy with this bit here, and I could most probably go on and fix it, but now that it's dry, you can't really play with it. It would just ruin it, totally ruin it. I love the blue, the first blue that I used. The second blue I used. The first blue, no, but this is more the colour of the water down here, this kind of turquoisey look that you've got, that you get in Arthur's Pass. It's all fed, all the water through there comes from glaciers and snow, so it's got that that tealy kind of blue look to it that you get from a glacier water. It's very cold, refreshing, but apparently you're not allowed to drink it. So, you know, who knew? Now you do. So yeah, it's got possibilities here, and I kind of want to get this bit here and join it in with what I've done here. So I would like these trees with just like 1 or 2 yellow trees in amongst it. So that'll be what I'll be concentrating on tomorrow as we come back, and we're going to just study on trees for a little while. I really hope you enjoyed watching me rework out how I did trees. I found it very relaxing. It was very enjoyable. It's all real time. I haven't cut anything out. Maybe where I paused as I tried to remember a name of something. Yeah, I even left the singing in, you poor bunch of peoples, but that's all right. Fingers up if you like, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you tomorrow for some more painting fun, where we'll have a bigger piece of paper and we're going to take this method that we've done today and just extend it. I'm definitely going to be using my Shire set, and I think I'll be getting out my professional core paints, because I love the way that red, once that core red hit here and you saw that the whoosh as it went out. I really love when watercolors whoosh. I won't be using any more of the liquid pencil. I think it's too dark. It's just far too dark. It seems to have darkened all of the bottom, which is it's fine. In fact, I can get a rubber. Woohoo, I have a rubber, and with the liquid pencil, because it's graphite rubber over it, and you should be able to see, you can lift up some of that black. So now I'm left with the green, which might be a way forward. But these were very fun studies. Yeah, thank you for watching, and I'm hiding my favorite one actually. Let me think about this a bit more. Or it might go like that. There we go. Hey, that's not too bad. All right, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow. All right, bye everyone. Bye.